Gåsehud is a Norwegian word.
He had a cool guitar. He was a natural star. He could play, he could sing. He had that country swing.
As a producer myself, I'm extremely interested in textures of sounds. Because we must remember that music is just vibrations. It's just vibrations. And sound textures means much more to how you react to those waves than we kind of know ourselves. And that's why I put so much work into developing instruments. Of course, it's because of the sounds. It's always been important in music, and also sounds of recording is extremely important, how it affects you. Jason Hiller, who now is a very essential member of my band, The Last Hurrah, he runs that kind of studio in Beverly Hills. Skillful guy with a deep heart for American roots music. Get chills, get goosebumps. When I started working with Mesa in Norway on the Mudflowers album, I just thought she was the greatest singer I can remember I heard for decades. But I didn't have a clue that she was so into the genuine Americana culture here in LA. And then when we came over last year to play and record here, then I learned to meet you, Jason.
Yeah, which was fun.
Which was fantastic.
We had a good time from the start.
Yeah, really, really. But that led me straight into the Americana culture. The Americana culture of today, I didn't know anything about it. Just old histories, the old stuff, and the kind of. I had that idea that it was kind of almost died out thing.
Yeah.
The real is, and I know when I come over, I really realized that there are two separate music culture here: the pop culture and the Americana culture.
Yeah. Well, there's even more than that. There's so much music going on here in Los Angeles. But
hip hop and stuff.
yeah,
and everything.
We're just doing what we like to do.
Yeah.
Yo.
So you're this is your studio.
This is my spot.
So different from every studios I've been in before in my life.
I used to live back here.
What?
I used to live back here when I was a teenager.
Oh.
I lived in this little room, yeah.
Wow. Look at you.
Mm-hmm.
It's magical.
Yeah. It's nice.
But you're a record producer and musician, and as a record producer, you are recording basically Americana music, isn't that so? And different.
It's mostly what I like doing. It's my favorite thing. I've done different things, but I love just the organic pianos and the old tape machines and acoustic guitars and yeah, I'm a record producer and I love producing records, but I'm just really into the science of recording too. I love being an engineer.
Yeah.
And just, and so working with someone like Mesa or any of these people, in order for me to do what I want to do, I have to work with people that are singing and playing just beautiful, natural things. I'm not going to go assemble some 70-track thing.
No.
I just want to capture a beautiful song with a lovely voice singing and playing a few instruments, and that lets me get to use this stuff in the studio for that.
Just make a document of a magic.
Exactly.
A magical moment.
Capture a moment in time.
Yeah.
And manipulate it in all kinds of ways for fun and the surreal element of it, but just to start with that, just a great song going to tape and coming back at you. It's about as good as it gets. I've been pretty obsessed with it, for sure, for a long time.
And you have collected equipment that's very similar to the stuff that is used on so many of our favorite records, from the Stax and Monster Show and...
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little about the similar story to this equipment that you have collected that you work on here?
You know, yeah, to make the story really short, because it's just huge story of human life on this planet, the developing of this technology and then the being able to record these people. I looked at, it wasn't like a big thought out thing. I just know that I loved records from the 50s and 60s. I mean, and everything from all the amazing stuff that was done in New York, and in Atlantic Records and Columbia, and all the amazing stuff done out of Nashville and in the South, and Muscle Shoals, that studio, and all the stuff in the North, in Motown, all the Motown records, and all of that just incredible American recording was possible because this technology became available in the United States. Ampex made these tape machines, and there's a few other tape machine makers. Scully was another one. It's basically the exact same thing with differences. There's differences and so they even have their own sonic differences, which is beautiful. 3M was another company that just made amazing, beautiful tape machines that are, like I said, Class A discrete. It's just a wide open chain for the electricity to go right to the tape and come back. No fancy pants. Just a beautiful signal. And I loved the sound of those records. And so it wasn't about trying to be vintage. I don't want to be vintage. I just want, when I'm putting a microphone in front of Mesa's voice, I want to hear it just the best it could possibly be in the most, most physical, tangible, visceral way. And this is the way to do it with these tape machines. And so it's so hard to even to talk about the history of it, because you have to mention everybody great everybody in the 50s and 60s, from, like I said, Elvis to Ray Charles and Aretha Franklin and everything out of Motown, everything out of Nashville, everything out of New York, everything out of LA. Just all this amazing music was on through the 50s and 60s, was on the 4 tracks. Initially there was mono, and then there was the 2 tracks. That's the 2 track. Then they're like, we need 4 tracks. And then they went up to 8 tracks, and the 8 tracks, really starts to get into that really cool rock and roll, like Stones and later Beatles stuff, that they had some different equipment over in Europe, but still it's the same thing. And so having that best signal path to the tape machine, and knowing that if Pet Sounds, Brian Wilson's Pet Sounds, can be made on an 8 track with 8 tracks, then we should be able to do anything with these tracks. And the kind of thinking and arrangement that has to go into making a great production on an 8 track or a 4 track, it's almost a lost art, the art of arranging. And I think that's why through the years there were great arrangers, not just arrangers for a string part, but song arrangers that would help put the track together best they can, so that when it came time to record to the 2 track, when you've got the whole band, when you've got Frank Sinatra singing in front of an entire orchestra and a band to a 2 track, they know what they're doing. Yeah, they know what they're doing. And so
unbelievable.
And it makes it really exciting and really fun to just to hit the red light and know that, like, we got to get this. I can't punch in on that machine. I can't just like fix it. No, we better get the performance from top to bottom. That makes it more exciting, and I just love it. And I just love, I could just geek out forever, especially now with the internet and all that, to just see the connection between the tape machines and what it allowed the artists to do, and the engineers. I mean, like the Beatles, they did Rubber Soul on a 4 track. It's similar to this one, but actually even better. It's a 1-inch 4 track, beautiful, beautiful machine. But no way you can have that in America. That machine to bring over to America would have just been, outrageously expensive.
Wow.
So that's why these allow the American companies to have their own 4 tracks. But
it's fantastic to think about when they had that equipment. They couldn't make the music in the studio. It has to be done on the rehearsal place. Yeah. Very well. I heard that story about the first time the Trogs were in the studio. They could afford 1 hour which should include rigging up the gear, perform the song,
Yeah.
mix it, and master it.
Yeah.
And they did.
Yeah.
And that was a wild thing.
Yeah.
And have you heard how good it is?
It's amazing stuff. Or like we were talking about, the Beatles' first record, which was one to a one track, not even a two track, a very, very similar to that, all tube, one track.
One track.
But a Studer, beautiful, beautiful machines. And they have to just know what they're doing, all live. Yeah, and so I love that whole element of it, and it's so important to me. And again, it's so exciting to me that while I'm doing this, I'm finding artists that are just loving doing that, like Kyle McNeil.
Yeah.
So excited to come and play on the 8-track and the 4-track and do the live to 2 tracks. And
those guys that you're recording, those kind of Americana,
Yeah.
they know so well what they're doing.
they know what they're doing,
So,
and they
so you don't have to struggle with that.
yeah, I really don't. I get to just
Record it
Yeah.
beautiful well. It's a document
yeah.
with the best equipment.
So it's a dream for me.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
my dream come true. I
Yeah.
get to do this.
You know what, Jason? I'm starting to get a little jealous here. And I have an old time country song that I composed.
Oh yeah.
That I would love to record it here on the 4-track.
Let's do it.
Are you
That
up for
sounds
it?
like I'm totally up for it. That sounds like so much fun.
Let's do it.
For sure. Let me get some things set up.
Okay.
You're gonna play guitar.
I think, yeah.
Kåre's gonna play piano.
Yeah.
You want me to play bass live? We'll do it live. Let's do
Absolutely.
it. Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah. And I want it to sound very, very old-fashioned.
Yeah.
Old-fashioned Americana, as much as it can be.
We'll do that.
Okay? Du tar upp Kåre.
Yeah. Tight to the sex. Just let me know whenever.
Here we go.
One.
Remember what I should forget. So let's smile to the people that we never met. I'm stuck in a dream in a house made of cream, and we were the actors, and we made the scene what it seemed. Little by little, I do understand that you're doing better with that kind of friend, and I'm not as lonely as I was before. You told me the story and went out the door, that's for sure.
Nice. Beautiful. It's one of the examples of where I'm listening off of the tape, like it's recording the tape, and I'm actually listening to it off the playback heads a second later, and it just sounds better than it does in the room. The magic
Really?
yeah, it's amazing.
I know that.
Yeah.
The sound is incredible.
It really, and that's what we're hearing right off the tape. It's just like, it's just as good as it gets. It only goes down from here.
That's true. To get goosebumps, the smooth muscles has to be involved. And you can't control that. See you next time. Tears in the making, sadder than blue, as I sit